One of the things that made me see things differently is when I was in prison, I met these people called Prison Ministries, and I was pregnant, and I was talking to this lady, and I was so angry, and the prison ministry lady, she's amazing. She said, why do you do drugs? Why do you do this? If you want to be with your kids, if you want to be a better mom than your mom, then why do you do drugs? And all I could say to her is like, I don't know, like, you know, I was taught to do drugs. You know what I mean? That's what my parents did. That's how you know what I mean? And she told me, the only person's fault it is when you get high is your own. They're nowhere around you. They don't touch you. You live thousands of miles away from them. It's your own fault. Every time you get high, you choose to get high. That was like overwhelming for me. I was so mad because like, I didn't know how not to get high. I didn't know how to live not high. And I thought that I was functioning better than them. And then living with that fact when, you know, I'm no different than them was very difficult for me. And that's when I like knew that I did not want to get high. Did not want to go back out. Didn't want to go through that. But so that's when I asked her if she could introduce me to the church. And then the church, and this whole church kind of adopted me. But this one lady, I wanted to go to church since I didn't know anybody who didn't do drugs. And then I asked if she could help me. And she did, and she stuck by me, and all through treatment, she helped me. And then I got out of treatment and I didn't know how to do anything. And so she would come over and sit with me and teach me how to parent, cook, clean, organize my time. I knew in prison I wanted to get sober. I knew in prison, I knew I didn't want to do it again. But without those skills and those teachings, I couldn't have done it. Like there's no way, I didn't know how. Like I didn't know how to keep a job. I didn't know how to pay bills, like none of that stuff. It totally does not come natural. You know what I mean? Those are skills, if you're not taught, they don't happen. I was not only like unorganized and a drug addict, but I loved my kids to the best of my ability, but I loved my kids the way that I was taught to love my kids. So it was conditional. You know what I mean? Like it was very difficult for me to love them when they weren't like helping me. It would be easy for me. I would say, I love you and I love them and I miss them when they're gone, but it was very hard for me to like hug them and touch them, and which is really unfortunate, but sorry. And I would talk to Barb about that, and so, which was really difficult anyway, because it's humbling to admit that. But and she would teach me how to hug my children, and how it was okay to kiss your children on the mouth. And that it wasn't bad. And because of that, you know, like my daughter starts college in next week, and both my boys, my middle boys, have a job. We mow lawns together and we work on farms just to teach them, you know, how to work. And so we do it together. Play ball with them, and I play at the park, and I listen to them when they talk, and I don't ever say shut up. And then my youngest boy, you know, they just know that they're smart, and they know that they're loved. And like, so her time and effort and unconditional love like changed huge, because now too, like I have empathy. I love people. I want to help people. I spend tons of time trying to find new ways to help people, as opposed to being bitter and mad and thinking everybody's out to get me and everybody is bad. Like now, people have no idea that I was a junkie. People have no idea that I was like strung out on the street and all these other things that I did. No idea. They're amazed.